Redditors who won a lifetime supply of something. What is it? And are you sick of it yet? My brother-in-law went to a contractors trade show, and one of the guys on his crew won a lifetime supply of some kind of locking wrench. They gave him one because it comes with a lifetime guarantee. I won a lifetime supply of shampoo. They come in mini bottles each month and are great gifts for people who you don't like that much, but you don't want to offend. I know a family that won a lifetime supply of hot dogs. The problem was the company decided that the average person eats 3 hot dogs a day. No clue how fat's the number they got. This sounds fine at first, but they didn't want to ship 90 hot dogs a month. They sent the full value of 1 AVG lifetime on pallets. 90/month x 12 months x 82 years AVG lifespan. 0.88. 5,000 hot dogs in one shipment. They bought a whole extra freezer to store a bunch, but that couldn't hold all. So they ended up donating a massive amount to local churches and homeless shelters. In a contest, I won a lifetime supply of high quality coffee beans. Contestants had to guess how many beans were in a large glass barrel on display. Each month, 3 pounds of my choice arrive at regular intervals. As I noted here some time ago, I give away the excess to friends and family, and no one is sick of them yet. My brother had a friend who won a year's supply of sandwiches at a local sub shop when he was in college. That guy was sick of subs by the time his year was up, but he still went there almost every day cause he was broke college student who wasn't on a cafeteria plan. I'm doing this thing where I have to keep 4 chickens alive and healthy, and for as long as I can keep this up I get 4 eggs a day. It's been 2 years and I'm sick of it. I knew someone who won free pizza for a year from a chain. Mind you, we live in NJ with some of the best pizza there is. No one is ordering from a chain. He bought the whole year worth in one shot and threw a pizza party for the kids at an underprivileged youth camp. My dad won a year's supply of cat food, but it was delivered in one go, and the cat didn't like it, of course. The people at the shelter were super happy though, so it ended well. Growing up, my next door neighbor won a lifetime supply of honeycomb. The company would ship them a case a month. They planned for like a family of 2 adults and 3 kids. He was the only kid in the house. They had boxes and boxes of the stuff. Hanging out meant you came home with a box of cereal. They moved were slow to update the move with the company, and the new neighbors gave me the shipments. I thought it was great. I'm lactose intolerant, and in the 80s honeycomb was one of the best cereals to eat dry. Non-milk alternative were super expensive in those days. I didn't really win a lifetime supply of something, but I still got a lifetime supply of Eskimo pies. For Europeans or other Redditors that don't know, Eskimo pies are vanilla ice cream bars coated with dark chocolate. Pretty standard freezer section at the grocery store fare. Anyway, about 15 years ago I bought a box of Eskimo pies and went to eat one and promptly cut the shit out of my lip because there was a big ass piece of broken glass inside it. I'm aware that this could have been a big payday for me, but I'm not real so happy. But I still wanted something done. So I took photos, called the makers, and wrote them a letter with the pictures included, basically asking, so what are you going to do about this? They sent me a letter with a check for $600 and a phone number to call whenever I wanted free Eskimo pies, with the letter stating that if I cashed the check they are absolved of any responsibility. So whenever I want, I call and get a coupon for free of Eskimo pies. It makes for a good thing to give to coworkers and things like that. My coworker has a lifetime supply of Doritos after Dorito truck hit her. She hated Doritos in the first place and donates a weekly/monthly amount to homeless shelters. I worked at company that was doing a promotion with Swanson that was giving away a year's supply of Swanson frozen dinners with 365 coupons for a free meal. There was some legal reason the contest couldn't go through, so my coworker gave me a stack of like 50 of them. I live next door to a grocery store, so for about 2 weeks I got one every night. I started to just feel awful during the day. I was just sluggish and couldn't breathe as well. I left the remaining stack of coupons sit in my junk drawer for years before I just tossed them. When I was 13 or so, My dad won a year's supply of Snapple among other prizes, a Jeep, a trip to Florida, a bunch of skateboard gear, a meet and greet with Tony Hawk. I remember like a booklet of vouchers. Like 365 of them. And it was 6 Snapples worth of voucher or something. My mom used some coupon voodoo and bought it on sale with the vouchers, and we got like 3 to 4 years of this crap. Anyways, long story short, my dad hated Snapple, so he let me and my brother pick it all out. We had a garage full of the stuff. We drank a ridiculous amount of Snapple. We gave it away to friends. We brought it with our lunches. We ended up throwing some away as it started to fade and taste funny. We pretty much got sick of it halfway through and started drinking it to get rid of it. I once won a lifetime supply of Reese's peanut butter cups. I know what you're thinking. Amazing, right? Well, it was at the time. Then my family ate about 1 billion of them. And then we hated that shit. Problem is, they just kept coming. I should say that these were the individually packed ones, 1 per pack, not 3 per pack, so we just started handing them out at Halloween and whatnot. They would arrive in these boxes of 1,000 and they would show up every other month for like a good decade. I only recently started eating them again, and even then I still only maybe eat 1 or 2. I also once won McDonald's for a year, and it was the best year of my life. I won a year's supply of bacon. It came as 52 coupons. I gave many of those coupons away, and I ate lots of bacon. Won a lifetime supply of Pepsi about 40 years ago. They are still supplying it. I'm not sick of it. My mom won a year's supply of Chewits when me and my brother were kids, and we basically had this massive brown box filled with outers of Chewits dropped off at our house. We were taking packets of them into school for weeks just trying to get rid of them. FYI, this was second prize. She had wanted the first prize of a new TV. Miller's cookies. I have been sick because of them, but not sick of consuming them. It wasn't a lifetime supply, but my mom used to work for a charity that visited prisoners and gave them cookies and tried to start Bible studies. Anyways, a Frito-Lay's distributed several pallets of Bugles to the cause. We didn't have anywhere to put them, so they loose boxes just kind of spread through the house. She'd wrap them at Christmas, 3 years, maybe 4, so they'd look like decor. She did the math and realized that the prisoners weren't going to eat them all before they expired. They were ours as well now. She refused to buy any other chips, and after a while, any other snacks. We'd get pumped when she bought crackers for a recipe because we knew she couldn't keep us from getting to the leftover crackers. She sent several cases to my sisters when she was at college. When my brother moved, not only did he get several cases, whether he wanted them or not, he packed a lot of his thing in Bugle boxes. She cooked with them. We had walking tacos instead of regular tacos. The fucking prisoners were complaining about Bugles by the time they were gone, and they only got them twice a month. Not me, but a friend of mine won free Whataburger for a year in one of those games they play during timeouts at a Spurs basketball game. What he actually ended up getting was 52 coupons for 1 free Just a Burger, which is basically the junior burger. Limit 1 per visit. So basically he got 1 free burger a week, but still had to pay for fries, drinks, and anything else he wanted. Not the worst thing in the world, I suppose, but still not what he was expecting. I remember a comedy bit from a long time ago, but I don't remember who it was. It was about game shows at the time that would give us a consolation prize, a year's supply of turtle wax. What does a year's supply of turtle wax even look like? I have half a bottle of turtle wax in my garage. It used to belong to my father. I won a year of free haircuts. 26 vouchers in total during a salon's grand opening event. All were set to expire about a year after I received them. Since I only cut my hair once a month, I started bringing my 4-year-old son with me to get the same haircut as his dad. The girls at the salon knew us and loved our visits. On some occasions, we'd get to sit side by side getting our haircuts. We both liked the attention we received. At the end, I tipped the hairstylists $15 for each haircut. At this point, it wasn't about the free haircut. It was a bonding experience for me and my son. About 7 months in, We had just finished up, and I tipped out hairstylists as usual. The owner rung us up. I handed her 2 of the vouchers, and she said I was only able to redeem the vouchers for myself. She insisted I pay $20 for my son's haircut. I can afford it. But I felt insulted. I wasn't scamming or defrauding her, but her insistence in front of everyone also made me feel humiliated. I tried to explain that I only visited once a month, and that the vouchers were limited. I know people who get haircuts every 2 weeks. However, she was still insistent. The vouchers had no stipulations on them, only an expiration date. I paid the $20 and very angrily told her, "This business relationship can no longer be salvaged. We've reached a split end." We never went back. I've been a cook at 6 different restaurants, and while not winning a lifetime supply of anything, I can eat the food for free. About 6 months in at any restaurant you start to get real creative with the food, cause you get bored with it. My wife won a year's supply of food from a particular company. Every month a gargantuan box would arrive stacked to the brim with all sorts of different foods. It was like Christmas once a month, because we had no idea what we were going to get each time. It was fantastic, and the most varied my diet has ever been. At the end of the year they forgot to send out our last one, so instead they just gave a code to my wife to spend on a final box. We forgot to even use it for another year later, but it was less exciting because we knew exactly what we were getting. She also won a year's free subscription to Sky, the biggest package with all the channels as well. It worked on their part because we've been willing customers for the last 8 years, so I can't complain with that one either.